Welcome back. I'm going back in time on a journey through RuneScape's 25-year-long history, playing the past like it's the present, all with the goal to catch back up to the future. This is Dr. Chronolock. Welcome back to 2001, March 2001 to be specific. That's right, I've made it through RuneScape's first 2 months already. There's been a little bit of skill grinding, a lot of questing, especially in the last video. But today I'm finally doing a mix of both again. So do the thing with the clock and the... March 17th, 2001 comes with the first addition to the cooking skill. Today introduces pies into the game. Only 3 variants to start with though, none of the special effects pies we'll get later, these are just strictly for healing. You got the redberry pie, the meat pie, and the all-American apple pie. These are made with level 10, 20, and 30 cooking respectively, and my cooking right now was only at 20, so I need to get 10 more levels. Unfortunately for me though, the pies aren't really good to train with unless you have a really good source of the ingredients. And heck, making just one pie is a multi-step process that requires multiple inventory spaces. So yeah, not exactly fast. So last time I was training cooking with beef that you get from cows. They had the most health, so it was the fastest combat experience, which I was also trying to train. But here I just need cooking. So I found this other spot near Doric where there's a bunch of rats in a pen. So using them to gather meat instead will give me just a little bit faster cooking experience. And it's been a while since I've actually gained any levels, so I'm looking forward to a little level montage here. Let's get started. Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking. This is also going to get some combat levels up. Starting off the bat strong with 30 strength and 45 combat, 21 cooking, 22 cooking, 23 flavors of 23 cooking. Didn't even take 24 minutes to get 24 cooking. What's funnier than 24? 25, 26 cooking. Every possible rat has been intentionally harmed in the making of this 27 cooking. Ooh, nice. Big milestone of 40 hit points. 28 secret herbs and spices went into the making of this 28 cooking. Well, this is unexpected. I log out, go get dinner, and log back into someone training on a dummy here in the rat pen. Do I dare be social? Okay, fine, I'll wave. Yeah, I guess we struck up a nice little conversation before I got to 30 cooking. Looks like he was also in some sort of a challenge to get to 100 smithing without the smelting gauntlets, which, yeah, looking ahead at some of my tasks, I'll probably have to get close to that eventually too. Wait, why is this fence disappearing? Is the game removing it with the roof when I move the camera? What? I swear I've found so many fence bugs already in this game, it's crazy. And there we go, 30 cooking on the dot with that last one. Time to go make some pies. Wait a second, this update came out on March 17th, right? It was 3 days late to be on Pie Day, oh my goodness. Jagex, you almost hit the mark on that one. Gathering the pie ingredients is pretty simple. Get a bucket of water, get a pot of flour, mix it into pastry dough and put it in a... Wait a second. Wait, where am I getting a pie dish from? The crafting skill isn't out yet, so I can't make my own. Where am I supposed to get one? I have located an item spawn. Yeah, back here in the Doric Palace, just in the kitchen, they added a little pie dish right here on the table. Let me just hop worlds a couple times to get some more. And because this is oh so conveniently located in a kitchen, I have access to a water source and a range to cook the pies on. Redberry pie acquired. And meat pie... I am disappointed. Well, at least I didn't burn everything. The redberry pie here is, not really that great. Pies in general are eaten in 2 bites, so the healing it tells you in the tooltip is actually half of what it gives you. But even in 2 bites, a redberry pie is less healing than the lowest a kebab can give me. So yeah, not really too useful. At least not yet. Since I had to go all the way back to Lumbridge just to make more flour, I figured I might as well use the Lumbridge Castle range here. It supposedly has a lower burn chance than any other range in the game, so it's probably just the better one to use anyway.
Success!
Man, imagine if I burnt both those again. That timeline would have sucked. So I kinda lied. Well, not lied so much as forgot a crucial detail. Even though I have the level to make the apple pie, I can't actually get an apple yet. In fact, the apple pie isn't even the highest level thing I need to make today with cooking. That honor goes to the jug of wine, another item introduced today, and both of these have a crucial ingredient that's slightly out of reach for me, and that's all because of one very useful addition. That's right, cooking is the first skill in the game to have the honor of having a guild, and I need level 32 to enter it, so I'm back to rat jail for a while. Be right back. Man, don't you like having a clock on screen that just magically jumps you to when I'm finished with any grind? But yep, that's 32 cooking right there. Let's go check out the new guild. Right next to the old Romeo and Juliet house is the Cook's Guild. And oh yeah, I need a chef's hat. It's a good thing I have a chef's hat, right? Now you could call this the benefit of foresight, or you could call it good RNG. Yeah, I got this last episode kind of off camera when I was getting the beads to show off the extra special Easter egg text in Imp Catcher. The imps have a 1 in 17 chance to drop it, so I kind of just got it without trying. Oops, I guess. But the chef's hat was a launch day item, so no rules broken anyway. So yes, I do have my entry fee. A fancy hat, and I am wearing armor in the kitchen. This is totally normal. Oh hey, they added like some extra decorations to the table. But the only thing I can pick up here, of course, is the pie dish, yeah, but also these 2 apples. Please don't burn, please don't burn. Ah, good. It smells fresh, just like Thanksgiving dessert. Only one task remains now, and that's the jug of wine that requires 3 whole more cooking levels. I'll be right back again. There we go, level 35 cooking. And I sincerely hope that is the last rat I ever have to kill to train this skill. You know, I'm starting to think that Jagex just had a thing for item spawns on this update, because the top 4 of the Cook's Guild has the grapes that I need for this. Take a jug, add some water, add some grapes, and wait for a very long time for the wine to age in an oaken cask. And oh, wait. Oh, that was fast. So, admittedly, I was planning on using that time to talk about some trivia, but some speedy wine ain't gonna stop me, so let's go. Let's start with that wine I just made. You remember a couple minutes ago when I said that pies were eaten in 2 halves? Well, wine used to be the same way. When the item was first introduced, drinking it resulted in a half-full jug of wine. It only really stayed this way though for a few months, and after the change to make it fully consumed in 1 click, all the half-full jugs of wine still remained. This is one of those items that still exists in the game today. It's tradable, and because it's discontinued, it's become a bit of a rare item. It's just one of those things that's become famous only for being discontinued. And while I don't know its going price right now, I'm sure the trading price still reflects that. I was also curious what the red berries were supposed to be, but the answer once again comes from the old reliable post bag from the hedge. There was one time when a player asked the head chef from the Cook's Guild what a red berry tasted like, and the response was interesting. The JMod that wrote this gave a short list of fruits in the game that had some similar real-life analogs, and the red berry is similar to something called a red currant, which I have never heard of before now, but just looking at these pictures, it is pretty close. There's also one other question I have. What is the actual name of this guild? Josh Isn't Gaming, the guy who made the music you're hearing right now, had a similar question with the Magic Guild in Yanil. It's not really clear if that's supposed to be called the Magic Guild, the Magician's Guild, the Wizard's Guild, or all of the above, maybe? The Cook's Guild actually has a similar confusion here too, because if you look at the world map, it says Cook's Guild, but the head chef inside calls it the Chef's Guild, and the skill guide calls it the Cooking Guild. So which one is it? Which one's the actual real name here? I don't even have an answer for this one. I just noticed the inconsistency. This is my favorite update so far because this is the first time I can accurately say that this is RuneScape's first big world expansion. So far, I've just been playing in the Kingdom of Misthalin, but today a second kingdom was added, Asgarnia. This kingdom is full of a lot of iconic locations and quests and a dungeon, kind of. As usual, these are the tasks for this update. I have 2 new NPCs to kill, a pirate and an ice giant, and I have 4 quests. Doric's quest, Witch's Potion, the Spy quest, and the Sword quest. And much like many things to do with quests so far, every single one of these has had a major change to it. And since I'm starting on the northern half of this region, I think I'll knock out a really quick quest up here first. And I'm not kidding when I call it a quick quest. That one, of course, is Doric's quest. If you remember from last episode how fast Imp Catcher was, this is even faster. This is Doric. He's a dwarf, and he lives in a small house, and he has some anvils. And if I want to use them, then I gotta talk to him first. All he wants in trade is a few basic mining resources, some copper, clay, and iron. And just like with Imp Catcher, Jagex has a good sense of humor on this one. There's the new Dwarven mines, which aren't too far away from here, and near the entrance is all 3 of the rocks that give you the resources he asks for. Or instead, you can show up to the quest with the items already in your inventory, and your character will say this, which I find way more funny than the interaction with Wizard Mizgog. I can usually fit 28 things in my backpack, and in a world of quite literally limitless possibilities, a complete coincidence has occurred. Despite definitely not knowing what you were about to request, I just so happened to have carried those exact items. In fact, in the exact quantities too. I just love how Jagex is totally willing to throw shade at the players using guides for quests. But I guess of all the quests to use it on, stuff like this and Imp Catcher is totally fine, especially if it results in stuff like this. It does feel nice to walk into a new update and almost immediately complete a new task. Don't get too used to it though. My next destination is in the southwest of the kingdom at a coastal town called Remington. I'm walking into Remington right now and I see that it has a sign here kind of like Draenor does, but there's nothing written on it. On either side. It's just blank. What? Remington is one of the smallest towns in the entire game, and it was even smaller on release. In fact, there were just a couple of buildings here. One of them holds the quest I'm about to do, there's a general store, and there's a crafting store for the crafting skill that's not out yet. It's a little more busy now, but not much, and honestly most of it is because of the construction update that just happened. But it's the southeastern house that houses the witch. You look like a witch. Burn the witch. Burn the witch. Would you like to become more proficient in the dark arts? What, you mean improve my magic? Yes, improve your magic. I'm going to make a potion to help you bring out your darker self. You will need certain ingredients. An eye of newt, a rat's tail, an onion, oh, and a piece of burnt meat. Oh, how did I know this is going to be a shopping list quest? Thankfully, pretty much everything is in the vicinity. Actually, everything is in the vicinity. This little house down here has a bunch of little normal rats, and only during this quest do they drop the rat's tail. Port Sarim, another new area here, has a magic shop, which is the second shop source of runes in the game, but it also sells the Eye of Newt. Oh, there's also a battle axe shop and a food shop here. As usual, I don't really care about the shops that smell player smithable items because I can just make them myself. And the food shop doesn't really have anything new today either except for the banana, which isn't even in stock right now. There are more giant rats nearby that you can use for meat. And the onion is north of Remington in a small farming patch. Oh, and if your cooking level is too high like mine so that you don't really burn meat anymore, you can just use successfully cooked meat on the range again to intentionally burn it. Laying it all out like this makes me think of this quest kind of like a pseudo sequel to the Cook's Assistant back in Lumbridge. It's just a guided tour of the area trying to figure out where everything is. And once you're done with that, you've pretty much seen all there is to see around here. So with that, quest complete. Oh, and if you couldn't pick up from the little hints in her dialogue, yeah, the XP from this quest used to go to evil magic when that was still a thing. Oh, and despite me having not yet trained the magic skill on purpose at all, I'm now level 10, and it's all from just the quest rewards so far. Or rather mini quest, because this is the second and final quest to be devoted to mini quest status along with Sheep Shearer. Alright, with those two quick quests out of the way, I want to take a look around the rest of the area next. I already touched on Port Sarim, and the rest of it will have its day soon, I promise, but there really just wasn't all that much there yet. Likewise, the Dwarven Mine also didn't really have too much new. It had other sources of ores that already existed, which did help the resource competition among players a little bit. Now, Falador is a bit of an interesting one. Yeah, it's a cool city, and now it has some really interesting architecture with this white and blue color scheme it has going on. But on release, it had a few more shops full of combat gear, which, to risk sounding like a broken record, I still don't care about right now. But as I keep listing off shops that sell a bunch of melee gear, you have to keep in mind that on release, it was much more reliable to get gear from places like this than to smith it yourself. And of course, that's all because the smithing skill was still pretty out of whack back then. It also had a furnace and one of its two banks, with the second to come later. Also, I want to mention this player-owned houses section, the one that you can see labeled on the RuneScape Classic map. This is something you could see on the Varrock map as well, and it was something that was never really implemented and eventually scrapped in favor of the construction skill. But that's a little bit further down the line than I am right now. As far as the rest of the kingdom, you have Ice Mountain, the Edgeville Monastery, a second monastery full of evil monks, and the Goblin Village. And just like Port Sarim, all these places will be filled out with content in the near future. But you can already see the one place that I left out, because that's the central destination to our next quest. You know, I think the quests on this update are showing that Jagex really started to get the world building itch around right now. Quests on previous updates were pretty self-contained, although some of them would have you running around basically all of Mistalin in order to finish the quest. The ones that start here in Falador today really start to dig into more of the history of the world, and doing what feels more like setup for future conflicts and quests. And the first one up of those is the Spy quest, otherwise known as Black Knight's Fortress. Alright, so it's pretty common knowledge that the White Knights' names are all puns, but I have to admit that me being a kid doing this quest for the first time and definitely not knowing British accents, I did not read this as ceramic vase, or vase as the Brits say. So the pun definitely went way over my head at first. Anyway, Ceramic here is looking for a bit of help. According to him, all of his White Knights are very well known to the Black Knights, and he needs a fresh face to... Oh my goodness. And he needs a fresh face to... Oh, what gargle mesh tongue twister is this? And he needs a fresh face to do an infiltration job for him. And this is something that I'm pretty sure was added later on, but he's hinting here at the existence of the Temple Knights, and they're an order of knights that usually handle all the subterfuge and spy work, but I suppose if he went to them instead of me, then I wouldn't really have a quest to do here. The Black Knights are sending threats, and they're demanding stuff from the White Knights, and they claim to have a new super secret, super strong weapon at their disposal. So the mission that Ceramic gives me is pretty straightforward. Infiltrate their fortress, sabotage the weapon, and return back to him. It sounds simple enough, so why not just head straight there? Here's the dossier for the case. I've already given you the details. Dossier? What? Infiltrate fortress, sabotage secret weapon, self-destruct, and... Oh, wait. What? When did that get added? Okay. Fortress is located up here north of Ice Mountain. Alright, so I know it's called Ice Mountain, but it looks more like Ice Pretty Big Hill, and I'm a little annoyed it looks like that still in both games. Like, of all the things that RS3 has done to revamp the look of some early areas, this is like the one place that's just untouched still. Black Knights are immediately aggressive as I approach the fortress, which is not helpful. Can I just open the door and go in? No. Hey, you can't come in here. This is a high security military installation. So who does it belong to? This fortress belongs to the Order of the Black Knights, known as the Kinshra. Okay, thanks. But what if I say I work here? I might be new here, but I can tell that's not true. You're not even wearing proper uniform. Wait, what's the uniform? Iron chain body and a medium bronze helm. Okay, no weapon, no shield, just a helmet and a chain body, that's it? I wonder if I can make that or get some in the local towns. What was that you muttered? Oh, nothing important. I'll just be right back then. Okay, so the real question is, are these Black Knights gonna attack me again, or what? Nope, run. Hello, my fellow guards. Do I look like I'm one of you? I mean, just look at this. We look identical. Hey, get back on duty. Yeah, that is my character's response. Sure, I'll get back on duty. I'll go inside. And immediately get attacked. Hey, genie. Why do I keep getting genies on these quests? What is this? Hold on. Man, timings like that are why I miss random events sometimes. Let's look around. What's upstairs? Nothing besides a torture rack? Okay. I wouldn't go in there if I were you. Those Black Knights are in an important meeting. They said they'd kill anyone who went in there. I don't care, I'm going in anyway. Look, I can kill, no, oh my, okay. I almost got interrupted there. Is there anything actually in this room? Like there's this door over here, which Greldo, a goblin, Black Knight captain. That room looks important, but I can't really get in there. Let's see what's upstairs. Once again with the nothing? Why is there nothing I can do on the second floor? Okay, I see this here. Oh, hi, push wall. Sure, that makes sense. Let me check downstairs first. I think I know. I think I know exactly what that's for, and no, not this update. All right, never mind. Let's go up. Look, I don't know my way around this fortress. It's been so long since I last did this version of the quest. I'm basically just following whichever way it looks like it's open. Is there any other way I can get into that meeting room? Because I think I remember them being important to this part of the quest. I can see this other ladder over here. How do I get over there? Oh, wait, no, duh, there's a door right there. I totally missed it. This place is like a maze. Oh, hey, listen at grill. So, how's the secret weapon coming along? The invincibility potion is almost ready. It's taken me 5 years, but it's almost ready. Greldo the Goblin here is just going to fetch the last ingredient for me. It's a specially grown cabbage grown by my cousin Helda who lives in Draenor Manor. The soil there is slightly magical and it gives the cabbages slight magical properties. Not to mention the trees. Yeah, I remember getting attacked by those trees. Now remember, Greldo, only a Draenor Manor cabbage will do. Don't get lazy and bring any old cabbage. That would entirely wreck the potion. Oh, does it now? Yes, mistress. Well, that was convenient timing to hear that entire conversation. All right, so leave the fortress, get a cabbage, which if I remember correct, yeah, I can even see it from here. There's just cabbages over there at the monastery. I just realized the door to this place is called Sturdy Door and not just Door. It looks like the rest of the doors. So this is my first time at the Edgeville Monastery on this account. It's all monks here, and I found out something not recently, but definitely since I started researching this series. You can talk to the monks, and look, I'm missing some health up here, just 1 HP from max, and they'll heal you if you ask them to. Yeah, when good food really wasn't accessible, I imagine that was pretty useful, although it's located kind of far away from almost everything in the game. Then again, I need to remind myself that PvP was on everywhere, so that was probably more useful than I'm giving it credit for. There should be a way. Okay, yeah, push wall. I can go up that ladder. All right, and I think that ladder I saw, yes, it's this one in the Black Knights meeting room. Yeah, and you can conveniently see the little bubbling cauldron right below the hole. All right, do not left click eat the food. Right click use on the hole. Where What has Greldo got with that magic cabbage? What's that noise? Hopefully Greldo with the cabbage. Yes, look, here it comes. No! My potion! Oh boy, this doesn't look good. Meow. I didn't even see the cat there until it made a noise. What? It just blended in so much. Infiltration done, sabotage done, mission complete. Let's go home. Reporting back in, ceramic, mission complete. Yes, we've just received a message from the Black Knights saying they withdraw their demands, which would seem to confirm your story. Now I believe there was some talk of a cash reward. Absolutely right. Please accept this reward. 2,500 coins, 3 quest points, and 1 ruined Black Knight weapon. A weapon which is apparently an unobtainable item in the game files, which I think just exists so they can put it on this quest complete screen. And now the finale of this update. The one quest that new accounts still do really early to this day, purely for the experience reward. This is of course Sword Quest, what you might better know as the Knight's Sword. I'm in a spot of trouble today. I've gone and lost surviving sword. Okay, I can't keep up a British accent for more than 2 sentences. Do you know where you lost it? Well now, if I knew that, it wouldn't be lost now, would it? Do you know the vague area you lost it in? No, I was carrying it for him all the way from where he had it stored in Lumbridge. It must have slipped from my pack during the trip, and you know what people are like these days. Someone will have just picked it up for themselves. Well, the kingdom is fairly abundant with swords. Yes, you can get bronze swords anywhere, but this isn't just any old sword. The thing is, this sword is a family heirloom. It's been passed down through Viven's family for 5 generations. It was originally made by the Imkando dwarves, who were a particularly skilled tribe of dwarven smiths. I doubt anyone could make it in the style they do. So would these dwarfs make another one? I'm not 100% sure the Imkando tribe exists anymore. I should think Reldo, the palace librarian in Varrock, will know. He's done a lot of research on the races of Gielinor. I don't suppose he could try and track down the Imkando dwarves for me? I've got so much work to do. Oh yeah, sure, one Imkando dwarf coming right up. I just gotta go find a long-lost civilization of specialized blacksmiths that no one has seen for centuries. Sure, I can do it in one day. Why not? Wait a second, does this make Reldo the first NPC to be used in multiple quests? It does, doesn't it? See, this is what I mean by world building. You've got 2 cities working together to find some legendary blacksmiths. Now that's just cool. The Imkando dwarves, you say? Unfortunately, about a century ago, the once thriving race was wiped out during the barbarian invasions of that time. I believe a few of them survived, but with the bulk of their population destroyed, their numbers dwindled. I believe I remember a couple living in Asgarnia near the cliffs on the Asgarnian southern peninsula, but they do tend to keep to themselves. You may well have more luck talking to them if you bring them some redberry pie. They really like redberry pie. Well, I suppose it's a good thing I kept a redberry pie from earlier in this episode. It's almost like I know what updates are coming up next. The southern Asgardia Peninsula is something I didn't mention when I went over the whole map. It's south of Port Sarim and Remington, just kind of way down here. This place almost looks like a vacation spot too. It's got some short cliffs, a good sandy beach, some tropical trees, and a lone dwarf in a hut that's exactly who I'm looking for. Are you an Imkando dwarf? Maybe. Who wants to know? I think this pie wants to know. I never say no to redberry pie. They're great stuff. By Guthix, that was a good pie. Anyone who makes pie like that has got to be alright. Alright, well now will you make me a sword? Well, after bringing me my favorite food, I guess I should give it a go. What sort of sword is it? I need you to make a sword for one of Falador's knights. He had one which was passed down through 5 generations, but his squire has lost it, so we need an identical one to replace it. A knight's sword, eh? The name of the quest. Well, I need to know exactly how it looked before I could make a new one. All the Palladian knights used to have swords with unique designs according to their position. Could you bring me a picture or something? Oh, okay. Hey, Mr. Squire, I just read your name for the first time. I'm not gonna comment on that. Anyway, I need a picture of the sword. You got one? A picture, eh? The only one I can think of is a small portrait of Sir Viven's father. He keeps it in a cupboard in his room at the top of the castle, I think. Sounds easy enough. I've never really understood why, but this castle is really hard to navigate. I guess if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Like, if someone tried to invade it, right, they wouldn't really know where to go or where anything important is. Like, this is where the throne room is, right? It's way up here, up some random staircase, and Sir Viven's room is right next to it. Greetings, traveler. Can I just distract you for a minute? Can I just talk to you very slowly for a few minutes while I distract you? So my friend over there can do something while you're busy being just... Wait. Is this a way that they added for people to help each other on this quest? That would make so much sense. I'm not sure what you're asking of me. You want to join the White Knights? Nope, I'm just trying to distract you. This is the best game ever. So now that I've sufficiently distracted him away from myself, by myself, easy picture. I found a picture of that sword I'd like you to make. Okay, you'll need to get me some more stuff in order for me to make this. I'll need 2 iron bars to make the sword to start with. I'll also need an ore called bluerite. It's useless for making actual weapons for fighting with except crossbows, but I'll need some as decoration for the hilt. The only place I know where to get it is under this cliff right here, but it is guarded by a very powerful ice giant. Most of the rocks in that cliff are pretty useless and don't contain much of anything, but there's definitely some bluerite in there. You'll need a little bit of mining experience to be able to find it. Thurgo, I will have you know I know my way around a bronze pickaxe really well. I'll get you your bluerite, don't you worry. He's right though, it is guarded by some really strong monsters that I should prepare for. Bruh, what? Okay, I came back here to make some more apple pies to use as food, and there's a bot farm here on every free world picking up grapes. Y'all, you're so rude. Just a reminder that the ice giant Thurgo warned me about was one of the monsters I had to kill for today's tasks, but the other mob on my kill list is a pirate, which is also just right here at the entrance, and is much more of a pushover, I'd say. Oh, wait, hold? I might have an opening here. There's other people killing these ice giants, and they are... Yeah, they're distracting them for me. Nice. Okay, well, okay, there's a ice warrior here, and the warriors aren't supposed to be out yet, so I can't kill them? I should be fine, though. Should be fine. This is why I brought food. Or, you know, that just out of his aggro range, that works too. Easy. 2 bluerite ores, and I still have to take out one of the ice giants. Oh, and that guy just left, so I'm not sealing his kill. Nice. Oh, this is much better than the spider. I thought this was going to be harder. I totally over-prepared for this. Oh, hey, an HP level. Nice. Just ignore for a second that I have twice the materials that he asked me for in my inventory. You give the stuff to Thurgo. Thurgo hands you a sword. Nice. Oh, wait. Sorry, I dropped it. I lost it. Where did it go? Can you make me another one? Nice. Thank you. I mean, what kind of series would this be if I didn't show off that you can drop trick stuff like this? Yeah, you can get your own copy of the bluerite sword, which, I mean, most people already know that trick. It looks pretty cool, though. Like, it's such a good base design that it ages pretty well, I think. If you didn't look too close, you would almost mistake it for something like the Master Sword, even. Hey, bruh, I got your sword. In fact, I did such a good job, I got 2 of them. That makes that quest complete and the final update task complete. And fireworks for 25 quest points? Okay. So like I said, players use this usually at the beginning of their account to go from 1 to 29 smithing. What's this gonna do to me when I'm already at 40? Okay, 43, not bad. And continuing the weird pattern that all these quests have with their XP rewards, all 3 of the quests I've done for XP today also used to scale with your level. It's in the exact same way that both Vampire Slayer and Imp Catcher worked from last time, where the XP reward back in RuneScape Classic used to scale to your level. And later on, mostly around the transition to RuneScape 2, they locked in these rewards at specific numbers that mimic what you would have gotten at various levels. This time around, Doric's quest reward matches what you would have gotten at 15 mining, Witch's Potion gives what you would have had at 2 evil magic, and the Knight's Sword mimics what you would have gotten all the way up at level 33 smithing. Yeah, if you were wondering why the number was this weirdly big compared to all the other free-to-play quests, this is why. So if you're one of the players that's benefited from being able to skip almost to 30 smithing just by doing this quest, you better be thankful to whatever JMod picks 33 as the level for this to scale to. And I think that's a good stopping point for now. The next video is going to take a while because of something in it, and since this is releasing right before Leagues, it gives me plenty of time to finish that. So until then, enjoy Leagues, hit all those buttons below the video, and I will see you next time.